Hey everyone, it's about 5:45, it's Friday afternoon, and usually my mom would be home by now and I probably wouldn't be doing this until late at night. But she's out with some friends right now having an after-work coffee, kind of, I guess, post-Labor Day, if you will. She also says she's doing it so she can avoid the traffic, basically let it slow down. But I don't think it's going to be that slowed down by the time she gets ready to come home. Now, you see down there, this is my response to something that a lot of people are going through right now, and I can understand, where the beef is coming from. I can understand, like I said, hold on. Like I said, I can understand where a lot of the beef is coming from, a lot of the anger is coming from, because because of what YouTube is doing, or at least those that have their ads run on YouTube are doing. Again, it's this kind of came to me on Facebook because I wasn't even too sure what was going on. I mean, I understand about WTFU, which is where's the fair use. I understand that. And I completely get where everybody that makes money off the videos, montages, makes a living or a part of a living off the videos. I can understand where a lot of you are coming from. I mean, you all feel like, you have the right, you're not doing anything wrong to make some money, and in turn what you're doing is you're advertising for said, hold on. I mean, what I'm saying is, you're kind of advertising, giving free advertising, as you put it, to said product when you talk about it, whether it's a movie, a video game, wherever. So you feel like your fair use is being taken away. And again, I can understand where you guys are coming from. I really can. I think primarily what it is, with this situation, this censorship, if you will, is, nowadays we live in a world where you could say what you want. I mean, you could swear, you could say what you want and how you feel, but we live in a world now that when it comes to something like YouTube or any other streaming service, there's always going to be a catch. And that catch is you can't say anything bad or negative that the advertisers, the ones that let their ads be played or shown on your videos that help make you that help you make that money, or in a sense share that percentage of that money with you, or whatever the thing is that basically help you out. We live in an age basically where you can't really say now anything bad about a product unless you're not monetizing. Or, unless, as some people put it, you're part of some kind of group, you're part of some kind of managing group, or management or members group or whatever. Unless you have some kind of like partnership in some ways with another like YouTube client or streaming service client, even though you're monetizing, you're basically free game. That's what you are. And it makes it easier for, people wanting to, advertisers who want to not just pull their ads off of your videos, but kind of censor your videos because they don't like what you're saying. And again, this goes back to why some people like myself don't monetize our channels. If we want to monetize our channels down in the future, we will. But this is one of those instances right now where, I don't want to monetize my channel. I don't want to do it because I'm working, I'm making a living, doing what I'm doing. You know, I just let my dog out. But like I said, I'm making a living what I'm doing, working at a retail store, a retail global giant like Walmart. I'm making a living there. I'm making a decent living. You know, every now and then, like this upcoming paycheck, I'm going to get a bonus added on to my regular, pay that I'm getting. You know, like if I'm going to get maybe $400 or $500, I get another additional $200-300 on top of that. So, and that rolls in with the overtime I did a couple nights ago. So the point is, you know, I choose not to do it. You know, I have a feeling when Rob, of Rob the Wonderful, Planet Rob, starts to slowly bring some of his old stuff away, you know, over from Daily Motion and to YouTube, whether by creating a new channel or, like I said, either creating a new channel or just adding on to his current channel, because he works too, he's probably going to end up, maybe, this is my opinion, to keep himself safe, he might slowly start to distance himself from montaging, because the montaging, right now his videos are okay. Everything he seems to be doing is alright. I think the reason for that is because he doesn't really, you know, swear that much in his videos. I'm not saying he doesn't. He does, but there's nothing really wrong with what he's saying. He's just giving his opinions about something that he used to watch in the past. You know, I'll be surprised the reaction he'll get when he brings his cartoon clip show episode of his review of Bucky O'Hare over to YouTube and see what reaction he gets there. But the point is the other point is, because he has this outside job, yeah, the copyright strikes and the censorship may hurt him at times if they ever do censor him or copyright him. But if that's the case, I don't think he's going to worry too much, because he has this outside job where financially he's going to be okay. Now, getting back to what's going on here, basically what it is a changing of the guard. It's a changing of the times, and sometimes we may not like it, but it's happening. I'll give you an example. When the WWE used to have attitude and ruthless aggression, we all enjoyed it. It's like, hey, this is what we want. This is meant for the true, pure wrestling fan. But like I said, this is meant for that was meant for the pure, true wrestling, pure wrestling fan, if you get my drift, that loved that all, you know, screw it all kind of style. But here's the thing. When 2007 happened, and several incidences we all know of took place, that ruthless aggression style, that attitude era, like ruthless aggression environment that we were used to, started to slowly become less and less into what we got recently on television, which a lot of fans have complained about. Now, true, slowly but surely, WWE's kind of being more lenient when it comes to certain things happening, because I think they're realizing that they're losing the audience. But in turn, when that happened, that was basically like the ultimate censorship. It's like you couldn't even enjoy that anymore because so many things were forbidden or held down. And that's exactly, in a sense, what's going on now. It's like you can't really get away with much anymore, or saying certain things in your videos if certain advertisers feel it's not in the norm, it's not right, it shouldn't be. I think the Young Turks, in a sense, said it best. It's like these advertisers, they need to get with the times. They don't realize that this isn't the old days anymore. This is not like, oh, well, he should be censored. No, this is not the 90s. This is not the 80s. This is not the 70s, 60s, or 50s. You know, this is 2016. These are 2010s. We're almost close to the 2020s. You know, I agree with what the Young Turks and anybody else has said. You know, those people that still hold on to those beliefs, they need to let them go. They need to let them go and get with the times. Because sooner or later, what's going to happen to YouTube is it's going to become a total shell of what it was in the beginning and what it is now. And sooner or later, there's going to be another video service similar to it that's going to pop up, have similar, you know, it's going to have a similar format, similar look of what YouTube currently has and used to have. It's going to eventually pop up, and it's going to be basically the kind, and basically it'll be maybe created by people that have enough money, that have enough stroke to say, look, we're not selling out to, and maybe they won't sell out. Maybe they won't sell out to Yahoo or Google or whoever and say, no, we're our own thing. Yeah, we understand there might be some copyright restrictions, but guess what? We are about freedom of speech. We let people do what they want. I mean, why do you think Channel Awesome, along with the affiliates and partners, have gone to Vessel? Yeah, Vessel is a subscription service in a sense. But they go there because Vessel seems to be less restrictive of what can be done and said. And a lot of people going to Vessel, a lot of people going to Vimeo, a lot of people going to the video service, the video sharing service, the uploading service on Manic Expression. People all going all over, finding all these other ways to upload the channels and the reviews and try to make money and make a living off it. And the only reason they stay with YouTube is because YouTube is the only well-renowned video service globally that you could tell somebody about Dailymotion or Vimeo or Vessel or whatever, and they won't know what those are. But you mention YouTube, they'll know what that is right off the bat. That's why they stay, because YouTube has a more global pop culture presence. But like I said, sooner or later, if something's not done that's going to help these people that want to make a living off these videos, make money off these videos, whether they're part of YouTube regularly, whether they're part of YouTube Music, YouTube Red, YouTube Kids, what's going to happen is eventually, like I said, YouTube is going to become a shell of what it is now and what it was when it began. And because it will become that shell, a newer version of YouTube is going to pop up by newer creators, newer people that are going to found, well, basically a newer YouTube-like site's going to pop up, I should say. It's going to be founded by a group of people, or a company, or whatever, that's going to have enough money, but they're not going to make the mistakes that this YouTube has made by selling out to Google, you know, selling out to any site, because basically they're going to say no. You know, we're not going to sell, because we know if we sell, we're going to lose any control we have. Now what could happen, should that occur, is that, like I said, they'll probably play it safe. They'll say, look, we will put restrictions. We will say, hey, look, when you do a review of a movie that's in theaters, or a movie that's come out on television, or a cartoon show, or whatever, you got to make sure that you have permission to use the clips, or else you just come on here, talk about it, maybe show a few screenshots and be done. And that's it. The point is, folks, the point is, again, I can understand where these content creators, these partners, these montages, if you will, are coming from. I get where you guys are coming from. I feel for you. But this is another reason why you shouldn't be montaging nowadays with YouTube. YouTube's a great, look, overall, I'm not trying to say anything bad about YouTube. I'm just saying if they don't clean up their acts act somehow in certain areas, or clean up their act in certain areas, they're going to become a shell of what they are and what they were. And that's going to open the door for maybe some other content creators to found and create a newer version of YouTube that will not make the same mistakes, but maybe will have restrictions and rules about what can be done, what can be shown, but not, be in a similar situation to where someone like Google or Yahoo or whoever can come in and try to buy them out, because they may not let that happen. I mean, there's a lot of people that feel that that's a mistake that YouTube made when they sold themselves to Google. They basically let go of any free speech. They let go of any any kind of free environment that content creators, montazers, non-montazers, partners, non-partners, members, non-members, they basically let that all go when they sold to Google. So unless YouTube and Google, again, I'm not trying to say anything bad about them, I'm just giving my point of opinion here. If they don't clean up the certain areas of YouTube itself to make it more serviceable and more profitable for the content creators, if they don't make a stand towards these advertisers and say, look, this was created originally to let people have a freedom of speech, let them say what they want to say, and you shouldn't be against that, you should let them say it, then I think things will be okay. Overall, again, I get where you guys are coming from, but that is why, like I said, at this juncture in time, I have never, and probably never will, montage my videos on my channel, or any of my channels. And I think the same should be said for anybody that is montaging. I get that because you're such a big channel, a lot of people know about you. A lot of people know about Bennett the Sage, Angry Joe, James Wolf, the Angry Video Game Nerd at Cinemassacre, Channel Awesome. I get people know these people. Linkara, Atop the Fourth Wall. I get that. Rob the Wonderful, Planet Rob, Huey Toonmore, Animat. I get where you guys are coming from, and I get I get that you basically rely on YouTube's montaging, making money off it to make a living. But the point is, now is not the time. So if any of you newer YouTube people are thinking, hey, I can make money, be careful how you do it. Until YouTube and even Google can clean up this situation and make advertisers realize nothing is wrong, I would advise not making any money off your channel just yet. If you want to go and do it, go ahead. But I would advise not doing it. Not right now, until this whole thing is sorted out. And I know some people might say, well, this is what happens when YouTube decides to create a separate subscription service with Red. And I get that, I really do. But overall, even if that is the cause, we don't know. But overall, my suggestion, you want to montage your videos, go ahead. But right now, I would advise not to until this thing's sorted out. So that's just my take on this whole YouTube censorship deal with the advertisers and everything. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I'm out.